Good evening. Here is the world news from our studio, BGI TV, Baba Bagede Imo TV, an online television bringing details of happenings around Nigeria, within Nigeria, and to those in diaspora. Welcome to the world news once again. I am Rabila Lawal. First are the major headline for the world news this hour. I will consider state pardon for Sarawiwa, other Ogoni leaders, Buhari. In Namdekanu Igbo, you will end up in history. Activist eats Malami. Breaking new ISWAP leader Malam Bako killed. Atiku says Nigeria not serious about fighting Boko Haram. And to foreign news, EU leaders to manage energy crisis with temporary measures. And to sports, Liberia dragged Eagles to Morocco. Now the news in details. President Muhammad Buhari said he would consider granting state pardon for Ken Saro-Wiwa and 8 other Ogoni leaders executed by the Sani Abacha-led military administration on November 10, 1995. Accused of being responsible for the murder of 4 Ogoni chiefs at a pro-government meeting, Mr. Saro-Wiwa and the others were sentenced to death by hanging by a special military tribunal. Several Nigerians believe Mr. Saro-Wiwa and the others were framed up for the murder because of their very impactful non-violent campaign against oil extraction and the continuous derogation of the Ogoni land by the government-backed multinational oil companies, especially the Royal Dutch Shell. Mr. Buhari on Friday spoke about Mr. Saro-Wiwa's execution, the need for clemency and national integration as part of this administration bid to lay the foundation for genuine reconciliation and bring closure to the issues of Ogoni land. The president incidents of the early 90s leading to the loss of lives of distinguished sons of Ogoni land and the collateral judicial processes are indelible in our memories. In spite of the grievous circumstances, the federal government will consider the request for the grant of pardon to finally close the Ogoni saga, President Buhari said to the Ogoni leaders. He asked the Ogoni leaders to educate the people in the communities on the need for them to protect oil pipelines and other oil installations in the area. More details from the video.
A maze of issues, including huge oil spills in Ogoni land and the East-West Road, informed this visit to the president at the State House.
Senior government officials.
The president first indicates willingness to treat all pending issues, particularly finding closure to the 1995 Ogoni saga, where 9 environmental activists, including Ken Saro-Wiwa among others, popularly known as Ogoni 9, who opposed the operations of the Royal Dutch Shell Oil Corporation, were executed by the military regime of General Sani Abacha.
We are committed to ensuring clemency and national integration as part of this administration bid to lay the foundation for genuine reconciliation and bring closure to the issues of Ogoni land. The unfortunate incidents of early 1990s leading to the loss of lives of distinguished sons of Ogoni land and the collateral judicial processes are indelible in our memories. Despite the grievous circumstances, the federal government will consider the request for the grant of pardon to finally close the Ogoni saga.
There is also the belief that security challenges coupled with bad practices in the industry have further degraded the environment.
Educate your people that when, say, pipelines and so on were broken, the damage done is more to the people indigenous to the place than to the country.
Chronicling some of the challenges in the region, including degradation of the environment, the president of the Supreme Council of Ogoni Traditional Rulers requests for more intervention. In response, the president further directed the NNPC to engage host communities in its operations.
It's a very great event. I know this is a very clear mandate that you gave us to ensure that we're able to bring back peace, prosperity to the Ogoni land, to complete the cleanup to the best possible level that is possible.
To continue the world news, the new leader of the Islamic State of West African Province, Israel, Malam Bako, has been killed by the Nigerian military. The National Security Advisor General Babagana Monguno, retired yesterday, revealed this to newsmen. Recall that the Chief of Defense Staff, CDS Loki Irabo, has told State House correspondent last week Thursday the ISWAP leader Abu Musab al-Barnawi was eliminated by the military. Briefing journalists after the meeting of security chiefs presided over by the President Muhammadu Buhari at the presidential villa Abuja, the NSA said that in the last 2 months, the military has recorded a lot of successes in the fight against insurgency in the northeast zone of the country, which put pressure on the ISWAP and the Boko Haram Islamic terrorists. The Nigerian government's renewed offensive on terrorism in the north has recorded a lot of success as many terrorists have since laid down their arms and surrendered. Festus Ogun, a popular human rights activist and lawyer, has described the allegation of terrorism slammed against Chief Sunday Adeyemo, fondly called Sunday Igboho, as fallacious and grossly irresponsible. Ogun said the statement by Abubakar Malami, the Attorney General of the Federation AGF and Minister of Justice, linking Igboho with an indicted sponsor of terrorism is ridiculous, stating that Nigerians are wiser and will no longer take his words seriously. Malami is everything an Attorney General should not be. The statement credited on him, linking Chief Sunday Adeyemo to terrorism financiers, not only unfortunate, it is condemnable, reckless, fallacious, and grossly irresponsible, Ogo said via his own Facebook page on Saturday. He said, how can Malami ignore the likes of Issa Pentemi and turn around to businessly nail terrorism and banditry on a courageous freedom fighter? Adding that, right from the outset of the President Muhammadu Buhari administration in 2015, Malami has been marked for vilification by forces, especially outside the government. The leader of the European Union member states have endorsed a package of measures to deal with the immediate effects of the spike on energy prices, the European Council said on Friday. In the conclusion of the 2-day EU summit that started on Thursday, the leaders called for medium and long-term measures that would contribute to affordable energy prices for households and companies. The toolbox, which the European Commission launched last week, contained measures to tackle the rising energy prices in the short and longer term. The leaders called on the member states to urgently make the best use of the toolbox to provide short-term relief to the most vulnerable consumers and to support European companies, especially those struggling to recover from the COVID-19 pandemic. In light of the development of the epidemiological situation, the European Council called for further coordination to facilitate free movement within and travel into the EU, and to encourage the European Commission to accelerate its work regarding mutual recognition of certificates with third countries. And before we call it to wrap, the sports story has it that the match between Liberia and Super Eagles of Nigeria will take on at Morocco for the qualifying of the World Cup qualifying matches, which Nigeria is holding with Liberia. Do not forget, the fourth leg took place in Liberia and Super Eagles of Nigeria had won the fourth leg. Here is how far we can have it for the world news this moment. But before we go, we'd like to tell you, if you're watching for the very first time, we have 3 social media handles which you can link up with for all of our programs and newscasting. Number 1, on the YouTube, you need to tap the name Baba Gbagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell for update of options and click on all. And on Facebook, Gbagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Kindly like the page and follow the page for more of our programs. And on Instagram, Gbagede Imo _22. For advert placements and coverage of your ceremonies and occasions, kindly call the marketing department through the phone number 070-3822-6160. Once again, the headlines for the world news this hour. I will consider state pardon for Sarawiwa and Ogoni leaders Buhari. In Nnamdi Kanu Igboho, you will end up in history. Activist hits Malami. Breaking news, new ISWAP leader Malam Bako killed. Atiku says Nigeria not serious about fighting insurgency as they have ill-trained Boko Haram insurgents rocking the country over a decade. And to the foreign story, EU leaders to manage energy crisis with temporary measures. Thank you for watching. I am Rabi Lalawal. Have a wonderful time. Either good morning from your side, or good afternoon from your side, or good evening from your side. Do enjoy the rest of your time.